We are in week 2 and we are on our first discussion on applications. So you are supposed to find a newspaper or economic magazine or journal article that is related to content that we are covering during this week of lecture and share it on Blackboard on our discussion forum and offer your interpretation for the fact. So this week we're talking about comparative advantage and reasons for why countries trade. In the background of the mechanism that explains how countries get to trade with each other on the basis of comparative advantage, there's the idea that industries that have a comparative disadvantage lose jobs, lose labor that gets moved towards industries in which the country has a comparative advantage. Great. What I want you to do is to find one example of an industry in a given country, which can be the United States or Mexico or Italy or a European country or China, whatever countries you're interested in. So I want you to find this industry for a given country that after opening up to trade has been losing jobs, has been losing labor. So I want you to find this article. It has to be from a good source, an economic magazine, say The Economist, or from the Wall Street Journal, or from some good publication um, um, that treats economic facts regularly. So I want you to find this article. I want you to summarize it very briefly, actually, let's say a maximum of 5 rows in Blackboard in the standard font. So you post a link to the article with the author and the date. You give us a brief summary of what's the content of the article. And finally, I would like you to make some consideration in light of what we have studied. For example, do you think that even if we have this job loss in this industry, in this country, the gains from opening up to trade are greater than the losses that are coming from this reduction in jobs? The theory says that this is the case. Do you think this is true also in the data for the knowledge that you have about that country and other sectors in that country? If you don't think that's the case, and it doesn't need to be the case, you might be just thinking, look, this country has been losing jobs in this sector, but we know that by opening up to trade, they're extremely strong in another sector and they export in that sector. So that's perfectly fine. But maybe you don't think so. Maybe you think that there's something wrong in the model, and in reality, from opening up to trade, the country is overall worse off. So tell us why. Tell us what's wrong that you think is not accounted for in the model that we're studying that explains why in reality the country is worse off. So, and this should be 3 or 4 more rows of explanation. Let's say maximum 5 rows in the standard font that you have on Blackboard. Great. So you summarize, you offer an opinion in which you try to use what we learned in class to either reinforce the thesis that we've learned in class or critique them. And then this is going to be open up for discussion. And then next week, you're going to pick a topic that is being chosen from one of your colleagues, and you're going to comment and you're going to say whether you think that their opinion, his or her opinion, are well argumented, well founded, well grounded, or if you disagree, and then you're going to explain where is the source of your disagreement. Okay, I look forward to see your articles, and I look forward to see your explanations and interpretations, and to the discussion that will follow.